Welcome to episode 128 of the podcast boys. We're out here back with another episode this week. And last episode, really good. Thank you for the support on that. And I hope you guys liked it as much as we did. It was really fun recording that, filming that. And yeah, it was a good episode. So I guess we'll start with this one. Story time. This week, I had football game today. That was a lot of fun. It was in Victoria. So it was cool. I spent the whole day traveling, so I'm really exhausted. And then I'm back here. I just came home, went right here. So yeah, just got home, got my stuff, came here, and here we are. So yeah, it's pretty sick. Had fun with that. Always fun, trips with the team. And it's just so many funny moments, fun stuff that happens. It's like, dude, this is like life memories. Honestly, this is like the most fun you can do with the team, in my opinion. Yeah, and then we had I watched a play at my school on Monday, and then that was the day of Halloween. It was like a Halloween play. It was good. I liked it. It was for the football team. It was like a team building exercise thing. And then we had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, I mean, we had school. I don't think I had any tests or anything, so I think that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, that's all. So I'll give it to Justin, and yeah.
All right. Yeah, so this week, Monday, I just had school lots this week, and then on Tuesday, I went to the Canucks game and against New Jersey, and they were debuting the reverse retro jerseys. So that was pretty cool. So the one we talked about it like 2 episodes ago,
Hmm.
where we kind of like went through them. But yeah, the Canucks reverse retro jersey. Yeah, I mean, from like since like the last couple episodes when we talked about it, like in person, it looks like really good. So yeah, it's a great jersey. We ended up losing. Is kind of a shit game, to be honest. I mean, New Jersey's just like way better than us, and we kind of shit the bed. So yeah, tough game, but I mean, it was really fun to go to, and just like the environment of like games, like home games, are like always great. So yeah, it was fun going, anyways. And then Wednesday I was sick. You could probably still hear it. I'm kind of just like, I don't know, congested, and my throat's kind of like fucked. But yeah,
It's flu
I'm
season.
pulling through. So yeah, missed Wednesday, but then that kind of screwed me up because then I missed a philosophy test, and then I missed my physics quiz. Had to write those like at lunch this week. So did that, and then yeah, then we had a soccer game on Thursday. So it was like a really important game. It was like a knockout game to get into provincials against this other team from our like zones, and we ended up winning 3-0. But I will tell you that was probably the coldest game I've ever played. It was so basically
What day
like
was this?
this was on Thursday.
Oh my God, it was
Okay,
pouring.
so Thursday, right? Like it's been on Wednesday. It was like rainy, and then one of the days it was like kind of sunny. Like it was
Hmm.
turning sunnier, and like I don't know. It's just like it's October. Like in Vancouver, we switch weather so quickly. Like I played like probably a couple weeks ago. So one week I had a game, soccer game in like Greater Vancouver area, and I was playing, and they had like a scoreboard, and they were showing like I don't know stats, blah blah, blah. Not stats, but just like I don't know time, the weather, game coming up for like the university or whatever it was, and the temperature at the thing said it was 30 degrees, right? And this is like September. This is like it was crazy.
There's no way it's
The
30.
next week I go to my other game, my home game, and it says like 11 degrees. So it went from 30 to 11 in a week.
Dude, there's no way it's 30 degrees in September. I would
30
have
degrees.
remembered that.
No, it was fucked. It was fucked though, cause the weather had been so good. Like it literally didn't get cold until
Well, I
like a
guess it
couple
was
weeks
somewhere. It
ago.
wasn't home. It was an away game. So
Yeah.
maybe.
But I
Shit.
mean, it's still pretty close to here. So like the weather's been like crazy, and so that game was like, it was 4 degrees, and the rain was like
Mm.
killer. Like it was probably like I don't know what it was when I went to school, but it definitely wasn't 4. Like I walked to school in the morning, so I can kind of like I'll see like okay, it's not gonna be that cold, and it wasn't raining, right? But by the time like we had to go to the field, we had to walk up from the school, 4 degrees and rain, like literally sideways rain, right? So we do the warm-ups, and everyone's, like, drenched and cold, and it was just, like, horrible, bro. Like, at the end of the game, like, everyone's hands were, like, red, and everyone was so cold, like, literally shaking, like, when they were walking back to the car. So it was kind of brutal. But we ended up getting the W, so, I mean, that's good. And then I had a nice warm bath after, bro, and just, like, oh, my God. Like, I swear, like, that's, like, the best feeling. Like, you have, like, you're so cold from, like, soccer or whatever, and then you come back, and you have a nice bath and warm up. So, yeah, that was pretty much my week. So yeah, I guess we can hop into topics
yeah.
now.
Okay.
So, do you want to start us off with topics? Or?
Yeah, I got something here.
All right.
So, this was announced this week. Of course, I lose it like as soon as. Okay, here. So this was announced today that Canada's fastest launch roller coaster to be built at Playland. Here's a image for it. Should I send this to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take a screenshot. So so some description. For years, Metro Vancouver thrill seekers have been asking the Pacific National Exhibition (PNE) to make major reinvestments in its rides and attractions to Playland. In just a few years, they'll get what they asked for. It's finally coming. In a press conference at Playland this morning, the PNE announced they will build a massive launch roller coaster at a cost of $9 million, which represents the single largest investment ever made for a permanent ride in the history of Playland. The Mark Launch roller coaster, the fastest of its kind in Canada, will be built on the existing northern end of Playland within the former side of the Corkscrew coaster, which I went on that. Did not enjoy it. I got back pain. I went on with you, right? And there's something like sticking into my back, and then when we hit the drop, it like pushed in.
Yeah.
So I had back pain for a few days. It was not fun. I went on the wooden roller coaster with Cheyenne a few weeks ago, and they added seatbelts, and thank God they did, because I would have been horrified. But yeah, that's a different topic for a different day, I suppose. So yeah, it's going where the Corkscrew was. That's out. It was demolished in 2019 and anticipated of a new advanced roller coaster ride. So they just anticipated something would happen. They didn't have any plans, but now they announced that this week they have this plan. Despite the financial effects of the COVID pandemic, the PNE has displayed its resiliency and innovation by not only surviving the pandemic, but by pivoting our business throughout it to energize a place to invest this spectacular ride and into Playland's future. We know that the new coaster will be an impressive addition to Playland's ride roster, said Shelley Frost, the president and CEO of Playland. PNE, sorry. So, yeah, I mean, they got all these videos for it, simulation and all that. People are going to love this. People are going to love this. People have been asking for it. This is not just some small ride that they add. This is huge, right? Biggest launch roller coaster in Canada. It's going to be a big one. The construction of the new coaster will begin in 2023 for a scheduled opening in 2024. A name for the ride will be announced at a later date. They're pretty good with their names, I'd say, at Playland. Mm-hmm. So I think that I think it'll be good. There's an article or sentence here. The past summer, Playland's wooden roller coaster reopened after completing 18-month renovation at a cost of $1 million, the most extensive upgrade on the 6-decade-old coaster to date. Yeah, I mean, you know, when you have that, you got to make sure you're on top of things, because it's not like you just have something built and you're like, oh, it's good for a while. Like you got to be on top of this stuff. Yeah, when I went in the summer, it was being renovated, and I think for the better, because they added seatbelts, and yeah, that was much needed. So, yeah, that's my that's my topic. Thoughts? I think that it's gonna be dope. Maybe I'll do it. Who knows? It looks kind of, from the simulation and like the photo that was shown, it looks kind of not small, but like not long. Like it doesn't extend like with a large plot of land. It's pretty condensed, so that just means a lot of twists and turns. And then the launch will be crazy, I guess. Yeah. But I mean, they could just change it, right? That's just, I don't know, images that were leaked, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah, I think, for me, like, I think that'll be sick that they're adding that in, because, I mean, like, yeah, we had the Corkscrew and then the wooden roller coaster, and, I mean, obviously, wooden roller coaster is kind of like a, I don't know, it's just
historical
one of the most infamous rides, like, Playland is kind of like what the fuck, synonymous. I don't know how to say that. It's just like you kind of correlate the two, like Playland and the wooden roller coaster.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
they go together, you know.
Hand in hand.
So yeah, I think like the wooden roller coaster is obviously a great ride, but in terms of like actual like newer, modern, more like exciting.
People are old of it.
Yeah, like I mean,
It's
if you go to
been-
Playland, like you've been there in the last whatever 60 years since it's been there.
Yeah.
Like you've probably ridden like wooden roller
Yeah.
coaster. And I mean, I think I read a thing on
Most
it.
people in Vancouver have read it.
For sure. And like most people, like it's like a historic roller coaster. I mean, it's super old, but I mean, yeah, it's fun for what it is. But there's nothing like that breathtaking about it if you've like ridden it a couple times. So
it was really scary, but incredibly fun at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, I think it's one of the best rides there. But I think like in terms of newer rides, I mean, Playland added the Beast. I think 2018, I believe.
Really?
So I think so.
I would guess earlier, but
Maybe like 2016 or something.
yeah, because I know they had the oil spill, and I think that was 2016.
Well, anyways, I like the Beast is like the newest like ride at Playland. So I guess like updating it and keeping
They have
it.
the Skybender that came out this summer.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't been to Playland in a while. Maybe I don't know. I'm rough on my logic here, but in terms of rides, like one of the ones that I find like the Beast is like one of like probably the best rides there in my opinion. And that one's like it's fun. It's got like the big pendulum
I could never.
swings like almost
never.
upside down. But
Shine, were you gonna do the Beast?
so scary.
I don't remember. You didn't want to, right?
Yeah, but then I had food.
Oh, yeah.
And that was like I'm throwing up for that.
Imagine throwing up
Excuses.
mid-ride. That's probably no,
I'd be with my
definitely.
friends.
It was like going from like it went on top of people, right? Because we were sitting
Yeah,
down and
yeah,
we could see
yeah.
you, and then just throw
Yeah.
up on people.
Would you have done the pendulum
Yeah, I would have done that.
if it was free? Like,
Yeah.
damn. Yeah.
I mean,
like I would pay for it too, but I didn't have cash that night.
So you would have paid the 20-something bucks?
I'm extremely.
No, you had cash, but they weren't accepting cash.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I'm afraid of heights, but like I feel like that's a good challenge. For
Oh
me,
my
so.
God, I'd rather.
I'm never afraid.
I'd rather do a lot
that's
of
the
stuff.
one ride that I'll probably never do.
No, I'm
is,
not.
like the one with the cage. Cause the thing is, right, for that right there, it's so fucked. Like, yeah, I'm pretty good with like risk and like I don't know. I'm like I like kind of like a thrill seeker, I guess you could say. Like I like going on like scary rides, like the Beast, Elevator,
Pirate
Hell's
Ship.
Gate. Pirate's just more a fun one, but like I think like I like
that
most
scared
of the
the
rides.
shit out of me.
But yeah, that one is one that I think I will never do. Because the thing is, right, there's only like so you have two people and like it's strapped in like so shitty. Like it just looks like I don't know. Like I don't even know what it is. I'm pretty sure it's just like,
over. Like you're like this.
yeah, it's like this. And then the thing is, you're in a little like pod, and it's like this big like metal like I guess I don't know like pole
Cage.
kind of thing. And then you're just in this little cage, and you start spinning around like this as the other thing's spinning. And the other thing, you have to pay like $20 for it. So like,
Yeah.
if you're paying $20 for it, you have to sign all these like liability waivers, which doesn't really like make you that confident going in the ride because you're like, fuck, I'm literally signing my life away here. If I fucking die, Playland's not responsible, blah, blah, blah. And you have to sign that as you pay them money to take this like ride. And I'm like, jeez. Like,
Yeah, it's when you get to the top. So obviously, because there's two sides, one set of people can't get off because they're gonna have to be at the top. So what they do is they leave them up there for like 5-10 minutes, and then they go again.
Yeah, I just.
So it's like
you have to do it like twice, basically.
yeah, essentially. And then you have like when we were there, some guy like almost threw up. I didn't see a single person throw up. I don't know what you watched, but the person that was at the top, like they were like that, like going over, and then they almost threw up, like coming down. I don't blame them. I probably would, and I started to clap because we were like in a line, like right outside the ride. And I was like, yeah, and then everyone followed. It was dope, but no, I mean on the website it says that they get as much G's as a fighter pilot jet would.
That's insane.
Well, I don't know if I believe that. That shit, like those go like Mach 1, like that Takeoff.
Well, it depends
like
which one.
yeah,
as well, but,
specifically.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it, but like yeah, I mean it might be a bit of a stretch for
For a Playland ride,
marketing,
you could break
yeah.
your neck if it's that. If it's Mach 1, you'll die in that.
Yeah.
You don't have proper. Like you're not in that pod in that like fighter jet, right? Like you're just in like you're just going up. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to. You'd literally get your breath taken away. Like,
yeah, you get. I mean, some of them like the actual like fighter pilots and stuff. You like the snowbirds or
you gotta wear like
you get,
oxygen
you
sometimes.
get that, and you also get a G suit. Like so, you
Yeah.
pull it, and I think it like I don't know what it. I think it like contracts everything like together. It
Yeah.
just like holds everything together, so you don't like.
Because your organs move when
Yeah.
you're going at that speed, and your blood pressure goes up and down in your body. So they have suits like designed millions of dollars to like
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
it together.
Because you'll
Yeah.
pass out or like you'll.
It just keeps the weight like everything in, so it doesn't
Yeah.
like move and stuff.
I
So.
remember like.
Top Gun Maverick reference.
Yeah. Hey, that's yeah. I remember like being at the water park like last year, and then this one like guy, pretty heavy dude, was like, "Dude, I just went Mach 2 on that," and then the whole day we're like discussing like, what would happen if you went Mach 2? And then there's like this big ride we're talking about, and it's the boomerang.
Yeah.
So if you go down, we're like talking about, oh yeah, because the tube like hits the top, so you'd be sent over and go flying over the apartment buildings, and you'd just die. And on the turn, like you'd break your neck, like on the turn, like how you go down.
Yeah.
Like
on
we're
the,
having a
like,
whole
screen.
discussion about like what happened over that one guy that was like, dude, I just went Mach 2 down the slide. Bro, that's so fucking fast. You'd break the sound barrier, bro. Down a water
The
slide.
tube would pop too, because if you're
Yeah.
going Mach 2, like the friction on the bottom of
Yeah.
the slide would just pop the
like
thing.
instantly. Yeah.
And then the thing is, right, with this ride, because it's like a tube ride, right, there's like these like kind of like grate type things
Mhm.
around like the corner, and I think it's like spitting out water on like the grates. So he'd like go, or he basically get like, you know, like a cheese grater.
Yeah.
Like that's what would happen to him, because his tube would pop. And
Yeah.
It went Mach 2 and the cheese grater thingy. It's gross,
Yeah.
but I mean, I'm just like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
hypothetically.
he might get sent flying out before he gets to, or it might just be so fast that he might just, his skin will just fucking ooh.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It'll like
Yeah.
catch on the thing.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows?
We should try it.
yeah.
Hey, one
Smell
day.
like burnt fat.
In like Dubai, they have that pod where it just goes straight fucking down, like
Oh,
straight
I've
down,
seen
and then it
those.
curves at the last
Are
minute.
they're on like those little, like they're in like they drop them down.
Yeah,
like,
you know
pull
how
the floor
scary
from
that
under
is,
them?
dude. Imagine being in there. Imagine standing in there, and they don't count down or anything. Like, you ready? You're like, yeah. So you're not fucking ready, and then they just pull it down. Like and then you just drop. Like you're falling straight down, bro.
They basically pull the floor from out under
Yeah,
you, and you just go straight
That's so
down.
scary. And there's like a beep, beep, boo, and then you're done.
You're toast.
Like, you know how scary that'd be, bro? Oh my god, that's like Squid Game shit, bro. I swear.
You know, like, so there's this water park, in, called this, like, I don't know if we could say that, but basically there's, like, this slide, and you're supposed to, like, when you go down, you're supposed to, like, cross your arms
Oh,
and,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
lean backwards.
Yeah, because if you
Because
don't.
it's basically, like, a straight down, it's basically like this, right? You go straight down, and you just go flat at the bottom. There's kind of like a big, I don't know, like, landing spot, or, like,
Yeah,
a stopping
water.
point, which is a bunch of water, which is, like, stops you from, like,
Yeah.
hitting the thing. But the thing is, if you haven't, like, crossed your arms, or if you kind of, like, sit up, like, it's actually, like, you could
It'd
probably
hurt.
die. Because what you could do, like, if you're not, like, this, like, there's something about, like, the way you're sitting, like, the position that you're in, that will, like, I don't know, the velocity will, like, take you, like, forward or something. Because if you're sitting up, you'll kind of, like, I don't know, shoot out the front. Or
You
like,
could fall straight. It depends
Yeah.
on so many things, like how forward you are. If you're
How much
like,
you weigh
if
as
you're going
well,
like
like-
this and you go like that, you
Yeah,
just feel resistance. Like I don't think you'd pop out.
I one time, like, I went on it, and you can feel your back, like, coming up a little bit if you, like, kind of, like, get out
Oh.
of this position. Because I think there's something about, like, the drag. I don't know what it was,
Yeah.
but, like, you could feel your
That's
back,
all
like,
physics.
slightly, like, I don't know, coming off the back of the
So you gotta
slide.
like push yourself down.
Yeah, you gotta, like, just stay like this so you don't, like, slip out.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. I mean, that's, like, I don't know.
Oh, the rain, bro.
Yeah, you can hear the rain. Like, this is what we're talking about.
It was hitting the door. That's how sideways it was. Like it was hitting the door. Like it's not like a door that's like flat on the ground. Like we're not in a bunker. Like.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you have a topic?
Yeah, I'll pull up. Okay, so on, like, Canucks news, we got
Oh, didn't they win?
Kevin Bieksa, yeah, and he signed, like, a one-day contract. So basically, Kevin
Oh, I saw
Bieksa,
that, yeah.
he played for both, like, Vancouver and Anaheim, like, in his career. But he always, like, really liked Vancouver, and he always thought of it as, like, his home, like, the one team that he actually loved. And basically, because he had to leave and go to Anaheim, his career ended in Anaheim, and he always wanted to end with Vancouver, but he just never got around to it, and they just cap space and all this. And yeah, so Bieksa went on to, like, become a announcer and do all that stuff, and that's kind of his job now. But for this night, they did like a big, I guess, like tribute to BXA, and they signed him as a 1-day contract so that he could finish his career as a Canuck and just kind of like
That's
cement
pretty
him
dope.
as a Canuck. So yeah, they got him up and suited him up for a 1-day contract. So yeah, and the Canucks ended up winning that game. I think 8-5 against
It's a good win. Anaheim. What was
8-5 against Anaheim, his former
Yeah.
team. So I watched that game. It was incredible. I mean, some of the goals were just like insane, and yeah, I think that's probably like the best showcase of how the Canucks have played this season. I mean,
They've been
conceding
bad.
5 goals is pretty bad, but like just some of the plays, like you really see them like clicking that night, and it was just great that they got the win while Bieksa was on the ice. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, I thought it was a cool move by the Canucks to actually like sign him and do that, because a lot of teams like really wouldn't, like, I don't know, imagine
They wouldn't
like,
care for it. Like,
yeah, like it's just like, oh, so what? Like you were one of our players, like
move
you're
on.
over. Your play
Yeah.
days are over.
How
like,
old
for
is
a
he?
1-day contract. It says here he is 41.
Oh wow.
So he's quite young still. He's not that.
Well,
old,
normally
but-
they're not playing at 41 for hockey.
Yeah, I mean, it was just signed for a 1-day, so
Yeah,
he basically just went on the ice for like the pre-skate. I think he went on for like maybe a shift. Like I think he had like a minute total, and then he just went off. And so he didn't play the second or third period. He just kind of like
Yeah, because
he
I
went
don't think
back
he'd
to
be
announcing.
good enough. I feel like. Almost.
Yeah, he just watched the game with his son, but yeah, I mean, and it was also they need to win the game because like you know, but yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool that they did that. And yeah, I thought it was a cool move by the Canucks to actually like.
When did he
do
play for Vancouver?
that. He played in the like 2011 like the finals team. And yeah, his last season in Vancouver is 2014-15, and then I think he played like a season or two in Anaheim, and then retired. So
Yeah, so he would have played with Sedin and
yeah,
And,
Hughes and like all those old guys. And then he said, yeah. So the only Canuck that's on this current team that's played with Bieksa is Bo Horvat, and that was in Bieksa's last season, which was 2014.
was
2015.
Luongo on that team with 2011?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Luongo and
That was a great team.
Alex, Edler as well. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
I was like watching a video about like how the Canucks are like kind of screwing themselves, and like basically with the cap and all this, like they've signed so many like big name, not even big names, but they just kind of screwed themselves since 2011 because they've been kind of like rebuilding but not fully committing, and then like retooling, and then signing like ridiculous contracts, and just kind
Yeah,
of
like 8 years
running
worth
themselves
of.
into a wall. Like it's just like
No, yeah, I think it's the management. Like
the management's fucked in Vancouver.
Yeah, what's the
Like,
guy's name? The guy.
Aquilini owns the
Yeah,
whole thing, and then
Aquilini. I think he's fucking making weird choices.
yeah, and then Boudreaux, and then it's like Aquilini is like the whole like they're like the owners of the Canucks, and apparently there's like some inside source that said that Aquilini actually has like a say in what they do, which should never be. I don't think the
Yeah,
owner
I
should
don't-
have like a say in how someone should run a team. That should be the manager. That should be like coaching. That should be like you know what I mean? And
If you don't like it, fire them.
yeah,
But get someone
But
else.
they
Like,
own it,
don't
right?
you
So-
know? Be a manager. Be a manager. Be a owner. Be an owner. 2 different things.
yeah,
I think Bruce is doing the best he can. Honestly.
yeah. I mean, he's got
look
dealing
how
shit
well he
cards,
did. Yeah, no, he did. Like, for what it's worth, yeah, you got to give him some slack. Like, he came mid-season. Look how well he turned things around. Almost made playoffs as well.
but yeah,
And I think if they did end up getting to playoffs, I think they could have done well because they were putting up like good stats with good teams in good games. Like they beat the Dallas Stars so many times, and look how well they did in the playoffs. I mean, I think that they could have done well if they just executed and finished the season well. They didn't
Yeah.
end up finishing. That was the biggest thing I think that they didn't do well. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. The cards that Bruce had been dealt were not in his favor. So I give him slack, and I think that he can turn it around, but
yeah.
not looking good right now.
Yeah. I mean, what these guys said in the video, like kind of essay type format thing, was that like the Canucks aren't good enough to make playoffs, but they're not bad enough to like tank and get first pick. And so they're at this really rough spot because they have some good guys. I mean, they have Hughes, Pedersen, Horvat's good, like, and they have like some key elements of their team, and then Demko as well. I can't
Demko,
forget about
yeah.
him. But then they just kind of got like big deals that are like taking up cap space. Like obviously JT Miller, we talked about it when we had Ethan on.
Yeah,
But that's like a really like questionable pick because you
is.
signed him for, I think it was an 8-year that he got
8-year,
signed
yeah.
to for like $56 million or something
like that's just
ridiculous.
Yeah, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Because now, right? So you're basically you're betting on that the Canucks will be a playoff team in that time. Because why would you sign a good player? I mean, he's putting up points, but like Ethan said, you want to sell him high. Like we're literally like buying high, selling low. Like I mean,
opposite of what you would want.
Yeah, we got him low. He had his best season, then we could have sold him and keep that cap space low. I mean, you have guys like Garland and Myers that are running up cap space for no season. Like Louis Eriksson was holding cap space. It was $36 million for like a D that didn't even play, and I think he was like 26th pick D he got like no minutes because he was injury prone. Like those are the kind of moves you gotta like be aware of when rebuilding a team, and like the fact of like retooling. I mean, adding D guys here, adding like forwards here, and just never making a full commit to a rebuild is really like detrimental to a team because you can't have one management saying, yeah, we'll add a player here and now we'll kind of fix things out.
No, you can't do that.
And then, oh yeah, well, we want to rebuild. Like you got to be like definitive from the thing.
You got to
like,
make a choice because these are the errors that will like screw you up.
Yeah.
Because then you're gonna be juggling money around. You're gonna be having players juggle around, and then the management's got to deal with this on top of that.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't work. You're fucking yourself over.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, like Colorado, like look at them. They won the Stanley Cup, but
I'm sure they didn't juggle money around, players.
Yeah, they were like bottom of the table, and they were slowly
like
just
2 years
rebuilding
before,
that team, just rebuilding, and eventually they got that Stanley Cup. Like for me personally, like I'd rather have a team that is like tanking, that is like committed to a rebuild, that will like actually do well and like make
got their
playoffs
head straight and know where they're gonna go
instead of like being mediocre for 10 years. The problem with the Canucks is that they're mediocre for 10 years straight, and there's just nothing going on with the franchise. So
I think that I mean 2 years ago, if you said Avs are gonna win Stanley Cup, I'd be like, really?
Yeah.
They haven't won in how many years? Like.
Yeah, exactly.
How far have they How far have they come in that amount of time? So it just goes to show you, if you have the right management, if you have the right plans, you can pretty much go anywhere. I mean, it's all up to the owner, it's all up to the management, it's all up to many people, but you all have to have the same sort of
vision. Like everyone's got to be on the same page. Like you can't build a team with one guy thinking that, oh, we'll retool a couple players, and the other guy thinking we're in a complete rebuild. Everyone's got to be on the same page, and that's no one else's fault than management.
How much money did they sign the one-day contract for?
I think probably nothing. I think because I think he played on the team. He had a good contract.
All right, so I think that we'll talk about Piqué now. Gerard Piqué. There's like an account that like followed our Instagram like when we first released it. It was like dedication Gerard Piqué dick pics. Like it was like Gerard Piqué's like a dick, like not his like bare dick, but like it was like through the shorts, and it like highlight it and like make it big. Like it was so fucking like obvious, and it was just screenshots of it. But anyway, so he retired. Does he still play for the national team? He's just retired from all the football now, or did he already retire from national team? Okay, so Gerard Piqué, he's retiring. How old is he? Like 38, 37? I know he's in his 30s.
He's 35.
35. Okay, so he's that's pretty much, average age to retire, mid 30s. Around, it's like players normally don't leave their 30s. You disagree? Yeah, I didn't say that's the reason. I'm just saying like oh shit. Flashing lights in here. Okay, so people get old, whatever. They move on, whatever. But he I mean, he was a great center back. Had him on my ultimate team before. Really good. And I don't know, Cheyenne, do you know why he's retiring?
Talk about it.
No, just tell me and I'll say.
So basically,
they can hear you.
He's like, okay, so basically it's because he kept getting on the bench, and he's been disrespected this season a lot because of lack of performance, because he's being outshadowed by the new talent. And that's all fine and whatnot, but people online have been like extremely disrespectful. and he said that he would rather retire before he becomes like the bench warmer and stuff like that. So that's just what he's doing. He said it like I think a year or two back, and now he's just like he's actually staying up at his work.
I get where he's come from, but at the same time, it's like a bitch thing to do because Cars 3 is a perfect example of this. Lightning McQueen was saying the same shit, and look what happened. So you can do that. Like, I mean, he could easily bounce back. I think all these new guys, doesn't matter. Like, obviously people get old and people aren't as good, but he's still good as fuck. Like, so I think he could have just avoided that if he had a better mindset. But I do understand when he's saying like, I don't want to retire being bad. I want to retire being good. I mean, look at Wayne Rooney. Like
MJ as well, yo. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So I get that, but
yeah.
I think he was very, very good at Barcelona. He was there for a long time, and he had 14 years. He had a great career. Good on Piqué. I don't know what happened with Shakira. I don't know the guy. I don't know if it's true or not. But if he did cheat, I don't know. I'm just gonna say it's kind of dumb. But yeah, all right. So that's my thoughts.
I mean, like even look at like Ronaldo getting like benched. Like that's just like to me that's like crazy.
It's like kind of a warning, a sign of the times.
Like all these guys are like, I mean, they're getting to the end of their careers. They're older now. Like it's kind of like sad to see. Like me and Shannon were talking about it before the podcast, but like the guys we grew up watching, like they're like getting old. Like they're retiring. Like even Messi and Ronaldo, this could be like their last
it will
World Cup, right?
I said that in 2018 though. I remember saying that. Oh, it's probably the last one because I was like, no way they're gonna be. I mean, I remember saying to myself, it's possible, but it's highly unlikely that they're still going to be playing. And then, I mean, here they are.
Hey, it's like the end of a generation. Like, even, like, LeBron, like, he's, like, you know what I mean?
Well, he said he's going to play till his son's in the league, so he's going to be, like, 45.
But, yeah, and then he said he might even wait till his other kid is in
and he's, like, 13.
Yeah,
so
I'm like
50.
Okay, that's a bit of a stretch. Like, if you get an injury at that age, you, like...
Well, look at Tom Brady.
Way hard to recover. Yeah, I mean, some of these guys, bro, like...
Yeah, and he still plays for Milan, right?
Yeah, he's still playing in a top league.
I was surprised, like, because he was, like, 40 years old when he went to LA Galaxy. I was like, yeah, he's done after this season. There's no way he's... Yeah. But how the fuck you go from Galaxy one damn year all the way to AC Milan? It's just a popular thing. You're just doing it for clout. Like,
I thought, like...
I think Ibrahim is... this is a controversial topic, but... He's my least favorite soccer player, like ever. I mean,
yeah, have you watched like those montages of Ibrahimovic?
Such
a bitch.
No,
and he, like,
he's
spits
horrible.
on the guy.
No, he's a
just,
fuck like
dirty.
He came into MLS. He was like, "Oh, I'm God. Bro, you're not God. He's like, I'm Zlatan, dude. It doesn't matter. Like he has a fucking huge ego, and he like. I saw a clip of like they're versing New York FC. He punched the goalkeeper, got a yellow card. Oh, I'm Zlatan. Bro, fuck off. He thinks everything revolves around him. That's why I highly dislike Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Yeah. I think it's horrible. I like AC Milan. Like it's like I think it's probably my favorite Italian team. I don't cheer for them or anything, but I like the team. And I don't think that he is a good addition to that team. I don't think I wouldn't as a coach, like I might want to be a coach one day. I like the idea of coaching, and I do not want to have a player on my team with that personality. I don't care how fucking good you are. You're not gonna So there's a guy on the football team we're playing against, and he was just every single play like, "Oh, what are you saying? What are you saying?" Like he would get salty every time we would have a good play. He'd be up in our faces like for no reason. He's just doing that because he's mad. So it's that sort of thing. Like, I'm not having that on my team. But that's kind of my rant on Zlatan. That's not really went off topic there, but yeah, I mean, you're right. These guys are getting old. Zlatan, he's like, I'm Zlatan. I play forever. Fuck you. But, yeah. I remember him going up against Jake Nerwinski, bro. That shit did not go well for Jake, bro. I'll say that.
Yeah. But have you seen the clip where it's, like, him, and then he's doing an interview, and they're like, did you see Ronaldo's bicycle kick? And he's like, yeah, it's beautiful goal, but he's like, try doing it 40 meters out. And then they fucking play the clip.
Yeah, but he didn't do a bicycle kick 40 meters out.
No, it was like a bikey from like almost half, and then it like, but it's funny because the goalie's out of position, so he's like
running, that one, yeah,
running back and like, I mean, I don't know.
One of his first games for Galaxy, like, he's a good player, 100%, but he's a bitch. Like, fuck him.
I know.
Fuck you, Ibrahim. I don't care.
To be honest, I don't really like him. I mean, just like that like compilation, like you can go fucking search it up. Search up
No.
like Zlatan dirty moments, and you
Yeah,
see him
it's
like
just horrible.
spit on guys, just like talk shit. Like he thinks he's like the shit. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe that's good. I mean, like in football, like being egotistical and like thinking highly of yourself, like not letting
But
others.
you're being an asshole. He's not a nice person. So that's
Yeah.
why I don't like him.
I mean, European footballers, bro. I mean, they're competitive and they're fucking
He
passionate.
doesn't play
and,
for the
like,
national team anymore, does he? No, he retired from that?
Yeah.
A few years ago, right?
What?
A few years ago?
No, long before that.
Hmm.
Before 2018.
Oh yeah, that's a few years ago.
Yeah. He's
Well, Sweden's got some upcoming talent, for sure. The only guy I know on their team is Michael Lustig. He's been playing for a while, but yeah, he's alright. I remember he had beef with Ronaldo. That's funny, but yeah. Alright,
Yeah.
so that's Gerard Piqué, and yeah, let's take it over
Soccer rant a
to
little bit.
Justin.
Yeah, so I guess now, keeping along with like the sports, we'll go into the news with Kyrie Irving. So basically, Nike just suspended their relationship with Kyrie amid anti-Semitism scandal. So basically, this is like, bro, this actually like makes me sad, bro. But anyways, so Nike suspended its relationship with Kyrie Irving and canceled its plan to release the next signature shoe, which is the Kyrie 8. The latest chapter in the ongoing fallout since the Brooklyn Nets guard tweeted a link to a film containing anti-Semitic material. So basically, he tweeted out a link to a movie, called, I think it was like, Hebrews to Negroes Wake Up Black America, which includes Holocaust denial and conspiracy theories about Jews. In a contentious post-game interview session last Saturday, Irving defended his rights to post what he wants. The fallout only continued from there. The NBA put out a statement over the weekend that didn't name Irving, but denounced all forms of hate speech. Fans wearing Fight Anti-Semitism shirts occupied some courtside seats at the Brooklyn, Indiana game on Monday night, a day after he took the tweet down. I am deeply sorry. Irving on Wednesday said he opposes all forms of hate, and he and the Nets each announced that they'd each donate $500,000 towards groups that work to eradicate it. Silver then issued a new statement calling on Irving to apologize, and Irving refused to give a direct answer when asked Thursday if he has anti-Semitic beliefs. Later on Thursday, a few hours after he was suspended for at least 5 games, Irving posted an apology on Instagram for not explaining the specific beliefs he agreed and disagreed with when he posted the documentary. So yeah, because of this, he got removed from Nike. That they cut ties with him, just like how Kanye got cut ties with Adidas. And then Kanye went on to post a thing, and it was Kyrie. It's like a picture of black and white of Kyrie, like a headshot, like just his face. And then Stephen A. Curry said like the last real ones in this generation.
And look how.
And then I was like, what the fuck? But like, bro, this shit, like Kyrie, like growing up, Kyrie's like one of my favorite basketball players, bro. Like the Kyrie 4s, everyone at my school had Kyrie 4s, bro. It was like the shoe that you wanted to have. Kyrie was like everyone's favorite player. Everyone was just like, yo, Kyrie's handles, bro. He's so good. I want to be like Kyrie. And then, bro, like the flat earth shit, this shit, like I don't know, the anti-vax shit,
Yeah.
like what the fuck is going on?
No, he's definitely a weird guy. To each his own. I don't judge him whatsoever. However, I do think that what he believes in and what he does is quite bizarre, to say the least.
I mean, he's a weird guy. Like,
Definitely.
you see that, like, I mean, like, bro, some of the shit that he posts, like, if you watch, like, go on his Instagram, like, before, like, even a couple years ago, like, all his shoes revolve around, like, the Illuminati. Like, he's got the Illuminati
he's
logo,
weird.
and
He's weird.
got, like, he's all, like, this chakra, like, and then he was on, he did, what was it? Like, he did the fast for, what the hell? Kanye's posting that?
Okay. Off
What
topic.
the hell? But yeah, he's like, he was doing like a fast, and like he's all like,
Yeah, he's Muslim, right?
Chakra alignment. Yeah, I knew, like he was fasting in the NBA. That's crazy, but
Yeah, and he's still popping off as well.
yeah, he's dropped like over 20
That's crazy.
like while he's fasting. But I mean, yeah, he's definitely a interesting guy, very spiritual, I'd say. But I mean, yeah, posting shit like this again, like just like the Kanye shit. I mean, I don't know, so much shit is coming out about this. Like, White Lives Matter, anti-Semitic. Like, I'm just, what the hell is going on?
I don't understand, and it makes me just it kind of shows that he's a bit of an idiot when he says this. He's like, I have my own opinion. I shouldn't be getting suspended. Well, you have your own opinion, and you can. And he even said in the article he can post whatever he wants. 100% agree with him. Well, to an extent, I don't think. Personally, my belief is I don't think hate speech should be on the internet because I just think it's, it affects too many people too much. And you could argue, oh, well, they're pussies, whatever. Doesn't matter. I don't think hate should be in this world. There's already enough of it. But I do believe that everyone should have their own opinion as long as it's not, hate speech. And he's like, I can post whatever I want. Great. And he's that's his backup for why he doesn't want to be suspended, because he's saying, I can post whatever I want. I should have my own opinion. And Nike can come back and say the same thing. Well, we have our own opinion too, and we can do whatever we want. So it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, Nike can do whatever they want, and they can suspend him. If I was Kyrie and I truly believed in everything he believes in, and Nike doesn't like it, if I was Kyrie, I'm putting 2 middle fingers behind me and pointing them at Nike, because it doesn't matter what you. I think you should put your beliefs in front of money. Don't change who you are for money. I believe that money will change people, like, no matter what. People are like, oh, money didn't change this person. It definitely did. Money changes people because it has a huge effect on your life, right? In ways that you don't even notice. Like, for example, Kyrie could be holding all this shit in. What if he has all these other thoughts that he wants to share to social media, and his manager is like, oh, don't say that, Kyrie. Don't say that. You like Nike. You like this. Keep that how it is, right? And then eventually he's like, fuck this. So I think that, Kyrie, do what you want, bro. And, if this happens, it happens. If I was Kyrie, I would be like, so what? He's already got a fuck ton of money. I'm sure he doesn't need any more from Nike. But to talk about the shoes, it is kind of a shame because the shoes were very popular, and a lot of the shoes I saw from his are cool. Do you think they'll still sell them? I'm quite concerned about the lights, actually, because the wind and the rain are affecting. I don't want my shit to get fried, but because it's fucking with the electricity. So
if you saw the lights flicker off about 5 minutes ago, and I was reading the thing, it was
I didn't want to interrupt you, but
yeah, I know, I didn't want to make note of it and get distracted, but yeah, the lights are flickering in here. I mean, you could hear that. I don't know if you could. I guess I don't know.
No, they definitely can't pick it up.
You could hear the rain and the wind hitting
the door behind us.
And it's cold in here too. It's not
yeah, it's probably 16, 15 in here. I'm kind of shaking a little bit, cold.
And a t-shirt too. So, but yeah, I mean the whole thing with Kyrie. I mean the anti-Semitic shit.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
But the thing is, he posted a link to a movie.
But was the whole this is another thing. Was the whole movie based around it, or was there a clip in the movie that had it?
It just said it spread propaganda, fake.
Yeah, so to me that sounds like the whole movie is about bullshit. Talking about
Hebrews to Negroes, wake up, Black America, which includes Holocaust denial, conspiracy theories about Jews.
Yeah, so
I don't know. I understand it, but also he's also just it's tough because it's what was his intent by doing this? And I mean that's what Silver tried to do by getting him to.
I mean,
he's explain what you like and don't like about this, because I mean I understand where everyone's coming from by this. Imagine me just posting some out of pocket shit that's Hitler was actually good, and then you're like, what? You know what I mean?
You have a lot of people turn heads to you. And
yeah, I mean, obviously you'll draw attention to yourself when you're posting things like this, but I don't know. No one I guess, you don't know.
That's true to an extent, but intent or not, he's sharing something like this. So it doesn't matter what his intent is, because Nike are going to be like, dude, our endorser, the person that we're endorsing is doing this.
Yeah.
They might not want that. And hey, it's up to you. Some companies I see, it's one YouTuber I watch, I'd say he's close to fascism. I don't agree with all the stuff he says, but he is a really good speaker. So I like watching his videos, but he lives in his van. So he gets this job as a dishwasher for 2 weeks or a month, and then he goes to the next city, and he just lives in his van, whatever. He's been all over the US. He's from US. And he's got fired before because people have found his channel. This one guy, he's telling a story about how he was doing a dishwashing job in Kentucky, and his boss, word spread, saw his videos, and he was like, "Hey man, I got nothing against you personally. I got nothing against what you're doing, but I can't have you here. I'm sorry." And the guy on the YouTube, like, he talked about in his videos, like, yeah, the guy's, like, cool as hell. Like, he's a really cool boss. Like, I have nothing against him. He just doesn't want that representing his company. Like,
No, it makes sense 100%. Like, just with the stuff with, like, Kanye, too. Like, I mean, you don't want, like, your brand to be identified by, like, the guy you're endorsing to be saying, like, some of the stuff. I mean, like, Kanye, you can kind of see he's, like, unhinged almost, right? Like, going out on, like, social media rants. And, like, you don't really want that to define your brand. Or, like, the guy that's, I don't know, the image of your brand to be doing stuff like that, right?
I mean, the thing is, it all comes down to opinion. It's all the opinion of Nike. If Nike didn't have a problem with this, if the CEO or whatever, whoever's in charge of this collab, if they said, hey, we got no problem with this, you know, we're anti-Semitic too, you know, let's keep it like that, you know, then they'll have no problem with that. That's their opinion. But it all comes down to opinion. If I was a boss and I had somebody at work that was doing some stupid shit, there's a difference between having it on the internet and then doing it at work. Because if you're going around work saying sexist shit and doing all this sexist stuff at work, then, you know, as a boss, I'd probably talk to you. And if you keep doing it, I'd fire you. But if you're putting that stuff online, I mean, it depends. If you're not doing it at work, then it's like, it depends. But, you know, I see people like, this is really, we should get into this topic after, but I'll just put this out there and then we'll talk about it after. But, like, people are going around making their own poppies with rainbow flags.
Oh, okay.
I hate you, bro. You shouldn't be around, honestly. We'll go into that later, but yeah, like that sort of stuff. Like, I wouldn't.
I think as well, like, the internet, I mean, obviously, really, like, influential place, shit can take off really quickly.
Yep.
Everyone has a social media presence. It's like, I don't know, it's what we do now. It's like the modern world. But I think the thing is, going out and writing a post or, like, typing something and posting it, it shows that you have an intent to share something, do something. You took initiative.
Spread the message.
Let's say you had that thought in your head. Oh, like, I don't know what Kyrie was thinking about when he saw that, but when he's like, oh, this is really good, and it shares anti-Semitic, and, like, he had that action. He had the thought, then he had the action, and then he went and fulfilled that action and actually went out, typed the thing, put the link in, and posted it. Like, that was on him.
He made an effort to do it.
It's his action that he is, like, I don't know, he's dealing with the consequences, but I mean, hey, I don't know, but yeah, I guess that's.
At the end of the day, I don't really care. I don't know Kyrie personally.
Yeah,
he's not involved in my life.
I'm not his buddy, you know. No. But I mean, the thing is, like, from a kid, I kind of, like, looked up to him as a basketball player, and, like, I thought he was cool, and I admired his work ethic and just his, like, how he was a player on the court. He's trying to challenge Kobe
and do all that.
Yeah, and I just thought he was a cool guy, like, just. Well, not like a guy, but I don't know. I just thought he was like a good
cool character.
Athlete, cool, I don't know. And I was like, it's kind of sad. That. Like, the Kyrie 4s were my first basketball shoe, bro.
And this is what we're talking about Kanye for. We're talking about Kanye. Like, people love Kanye. And then they say, you know, it's the same thing.
Like, I don't know. It's tough because I've, like, liked Kyrie for so long. But then it's just, like, he does shit like this and you kind of go.
That happened with, like, Logan Paul after he went to Japan.
Yeah, exactly.
People just fucked off with him.
The Rock, like, cut ties. Like, all these guys. Like, you don't really want to, I don't know.
Well, the Rock thing, that's weird. I don't care. I don't know Rock, whatever. But from what I heard, I don't know if this is true or not. Like, I'm not going to believe everything I see on the internet. But, like, Logan Paul was saying, like, oh, yeah, we were best buds. And then he's just like, I have nothing.
I don't think, like, best. But, yeah, I know what you mean.
He's just like, oh, we were friends. And then he didn't even talk to me. He just said, he's like, oh, yeah. Like,
cut ties.
You know, like, that's just a pussy thing to do. You get your manager to talk to. Like, okay, so let's say Justin does that, right? Yeah. I'm going to message Justin, and I'm going to talk to him. I'm not going to be a bitch and, like, get my manager to talk to him because I'm too scared to talk. Like, I'm going to, you know, talk to Justin and be like, yo, why'd you do this? Like, maybe if I'm serious about it, like, obviously if Justin did that, I'm not going to, like, ditch. I'm not going to, like, oh, you're not my friend anymore. That's stupid. That didn't happen with Logan Paul's close friends, like, super close friends. So I'm not going to, like, if Justin did that, like, you know, I'll talk to him, maybe. I'm not going to, it really depends on the circumstances. It's kind of going too deep. But, like, the moral of this is, like, I would not, like, just ghost him. That's just stupid as shit. Yeah. So, like, yeah, that's the thing. But yeah, it's the internet. You know, they're always gonna have stupid people doing stupid shit. So
yeah,
it's life, part of life now.
All right. I guess we'll kind of touch on the poppies thing that you brought up earlier. I mean, yeah, this is kind of not. I don't think this is controversial to be honest. I think everyone. I mean, for me personally, I don't know many people that.
I haven't seen it, but
in support of like a rainbow poppy. But I like as soon as I saw it immediately, I saw like this has been a thing for like a year or two, a couple years now. But like hearing this shit originally, I was like pissed when I saw this shit. I was like, are you fucking serious? Like, you're taking a day, like a month, like November, to fucking remember the veterans, like the people who died in the war for the fucking country, like, and you're turning it into your fucking thing. Oh, I'll put a pride flag on it.
It's not all about you.
It's not about you. The world doesn't revolve around you, and it's not like people are fucking dying for this country, and you like
Still today.
you have to be so like
Self-centered.
self-indulgent, self-centered to fucking put your beliefs on your fucking chest over your heart, right? Like it's like I don't know. It's disrespectful. First off, it's fucking like. It's I don't know. It's just stupid. Like
every word you said, I agree with 100%, and you said everything I would have said.
Yeah.
This would be a really good short to have, but yeah, I do think that everything you said. There's nothing really much else to say. That's pretty much it. I just want to say I 100% agree with you, and I do think that it's disrespectful. Like you said, the world doesn't revolve around you. And you don't have to make it like that. I'm not LGBTQ anti-person.
Yeah.
If people have asked me, do you support it? I support it in the sense of I believe that everyone can do what they want. It's their world. They can do what they want. However, most people that belong in that community have really stupid ideologies, in my opinion. And I don't think that it should be... I just disagree with it so much that I hear the stuff that they say, and it just makes me dislike that stuff and those people so much. But I have friends that are part of the LGBTQ. Yeah, I have friends that are part of the LGBTQ community, and I don't care that they're a part of that. I support, like, do whatever you want. So if someone asked me, do you support it? I'd be like, yeah. But I think the most part, the people that belong in that community, I don't really have the same ideology as you, and I probably won't be very, I don't know, not friendly towards you. Like, I'll treat you equally, but like I'm not gonna, be I'm not gonna be the same, with you than I would in someone else in the room. I'll say that. Yeah. So that's all. Nothing really to say. Like I said, it's just everything you said is great. Yeah, I guess I'll pull up another topic. Cheyenne, do you agree? Everything?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the last thing I want to touch on is I just think that, like, also, like, this is, like, the quote is, like, lest we forget. This is, like, the 1 month we have. Like, the really, not even a month. I mean, to be honest.
It's just a few weeks before the...
Yeah, and kind of after. I mean, our school does shit with, like, the Legion and all this. But I feel like for a lot of people, not even a month. Just a day. Like, it's November 11th.
One day
where you can't just let your fucking morals, your values, just leave it off to the side. Just honor the people that actually, like...
Yeah, I don't think
that
they simply don't understand. Because if they understood that people put their life on the line to save the world.
Yeah, like...
That...
I don't know.
You can't get any bigger than that. Like, that's the true definition of sacrifice. And I respect everybody that has fought for the better in this world. World War II, World War I. Any person that served the Canadian Army, I respect you so much. So... That's all I can say.
We wouldn't be here today if like those people
or
weren't
we'd be speaking in German,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Fucking, I wouldn't want to be doing that. But hey, I mean, there's some multiverse out there that they're speaking German, saying, "Oh, they're saying like, I wouldn't want to be speaking English,"
Yeah.
So,
no, 100%. And the last thing I want to touch on is like, they have Pride Month. Like, imagine if it was Pride Month and everyone was bringing up some shit else. Like, it was Pride Month and it was like, yeah, remember that. Okay, well,
those fuckers would be off the roof.
They would be pissed. This is my month, gay pride, right? And then that's exactly how you feel. Like, they just have no empathy, right?
That's the same reason why I don't like a lot of those people.
I don't know, but like, I don't know. It's just, to me, it's so it's ignorant. That's what it is. It's ignorance towards the people that have sacrificed their lives for the fucking country, and you're just like so ignorant to think that everything fucking revolves around you. Anyways,
all right.
That's yeah, I guess.
Cheyenne, you don't have to come here and say it. You don't have to. No. Stay at your post. Okay, you heard him.
Condones. Yeah.
Too important for me to speak behind the camera, bro.
So, I guess we'll go. I have another I got one copper drop and I got a topic. So November 1st, Monday. Unfortunately, Takeoff has died. Obviously I didn't know him personally, but from what I've seen on the interweb, he was quite a cool guy. And he was shot, and of course TMZ got the video of him getting shot. And I watched it, but they didn't show him getting shot. But they showed him outside talking with somebody, pretty non-argumentative, just talking. But there was a lot of people around. Like, there was a problem, you can tell. And some guy had a Chucky doll, like, in his hand, because it was just Halloween, like, a few hours before. And you just hear bang, bang, bang. And I heard it in my headphones, and I was like, I just heard some guy die. Like, very sad. Very sad world we live in. And the guy was 28. Rappers, a lot of them die when they're in their early to mid-20s, so he kind of was, I feel like he was past that. But hey, that's, when you're a rapper, I hate to say it, but when you're African-American rapper, yeah, you get into a lot of trouble with a lot of different things. I think that in the future, I think we'll start to see a lot of rappers. You know how 6ix9ine has all that security? I think that's almost going to be like the average norm for a rapper. Because African Americans that are rappers, a lot of them have beef with so many people. Look at Tupac, look at Biggie, look at Nas, they all have had beef, and a lot of them that have had beef are not around today, which is very unfortunate. I think Snoop Dogg was pretty neutral with the whole Blood and Crip thing, and I mean, look where he's at. So he's doing well. He's FaZe Clan or some shit now. So FaZe Clan's Snoop Dogg's an icon. But I saw like videos of Tupac, and I think everyone can agree that is fans of Tupac, that he would be the dopest person to have around today. I can see him being involved in all that FaZe Clan shit. I can see him, like, he just, like, some videos I've watched of him, like, it was like a vlog almost. Like, he had, like, some vlog videos out, and it's like, he just seemed like the greatest guy. Like, obviously I don't know him. He could have been a douchebag off camera, but, like, yeah, he would have been so fun to have around today. And, yeah, you know how many bangers he would have been releasing still? Like, he only, I feel like, touched the surface, but it's really sad. So, yeah, this sucks, and it will continue to happen whether we like it or not. And I do think that for the future, the expectation of this stuff, and I think it will become more normal for us to see rappers having 6ix9ine level security. Now, obviously, this isn't going to be perfect. I mean, look at President John F. Kennedy. You know how much security that guy would have had? And look what happened. But, there's always going to be the unknown from the future. So, yeah, that's sad, but life moves on.
All right, so now we'll move on to Copper Drop. I'll do my two, and then Colin will do his. So to start us off, we got the New Balance 990 V6 in the gray colorway. I think we've done the 990 V2. This is just like a newer version. I mean, the logo switched it up, the top. Like, it's similar but different in a way. It's just kind of like revamped, I guess. I don't know, but I'd say cop on these. I think they look really cool. They kind of go with everything, sort of athleisure type vibe to it. But yeah, I really like these, and I'd say cop. What about you?
I think I would cop if the sole of the shoe wasn't so thick.
Yeah, I see that.
That's the only reason. So I'm gonna say drop.
All right. Okay, on to my next one here. Talking about the Kyrie 8. So because obviously these aren't getting released anymore, these are what they would have been. So we got the Kyrie 8.
So they're canceling this?
Yeah, this is getting canceled. The shoe is not being released. This is what we could have had if Kyrie did not make that tweet. So the Kyrie 8 light magenta. Yeah, so this is what we got here.
Down, does it say light menta?
Oh, light menta. Bro, what the hell?
Accent.
To be honest, like the shoe, the silhouette's not bad. The color is just so neutral, just black and white. On basketball shoes, I mean, hey, it's cool.
It'll go well with a lot.
But I mean, I for me, like, I like the older Kyries with like a bunch of color on it, like all this and that. Like, so I would say, I'd still say cop. Like, they're still a nice shoe. I'd probably also want to get something more like vibrant or like.
Yeah, I would cop. And I think, so question, so I'm saying for this answer, I wouldn't care, but would you still get these Kyrie shoes knowing that Kyrie has opinions that you might not agree with? Or does that, because to me, I don't care. If I like the shoe, I like the shoe. As long as it doesn't have hate speech on it, saying
Yeah.
I hate Jewish people,
There's no like
then I'm fine.
Hebrews.
Yeah,
to
don't
Negroes
clip that
or
either.
something. Yeah.
Don't
unclip it, bro. Like, we don't want some Andrew Tate level shit, bro. So, yeah, clipped out of context, saying some out of pocket shit. I would still rock the shoes. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
same.
I'm still rocking my Yeezys, bro. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. They're comfortable as fuck, and I
And
spend
if
a
you
lot
like
of money,
'em.
so I'm wearing.
Do you
them.
have Yeezys? You
I
have the
Yeezy
slides.
The slides.
Bro, what?
Yeah, bro. I'm still.
How much money, bro?
I spend. Yeah, and bro, this guy in my soccer practice, he literally every time I come up, he's like, bro, like I literally put so many people in my practice on, bro. Everyone's like, yo, bro, the Yeezy slides, bro.
Why don't you
I
play
might
them?
have to
The
call.
speed cleats.
Yeah, bro, Speed wears them.
Oh
But
no, he uses he not the slides. He wears the.
the foam runners, yeah. I think I spent like 120 or like 130 total.
Okay, well that's not as much as I thought.
But the thing is, I had to go pick it up in like Greater Vancouver area, like.
Was it a resale?
Huh?
Was it a resale?
Yeah, it was a resale.
Okay, that's why. All right.
But yeah, I mean, it was.
Were they like good as new?
Yeah, I got
Okay.
them like new, but then I had to go pick them up, which is like literally took like an hour, maybe hour and a half to get there, and then there was traffic on the way back, which is brutal. But
So was it worth it? I mean,
it
I
was.
guess so.
To be honest,
If
it
you
was
bought
worth
it, you bought it. So.
Yeah. But yeah, for the Kyries, like I would, to be honest, I still rock them because like Kyries, like I've had Kyrie 4s, they're great shoes, and I just like the Kyrie models and just how they look and feel and everything, and how they're designed like with such like care and like thought going into each shoe. So yeah, like knowing all that and just the like actual shoe itself, like I'd get it for the shoe now. You know what I mean? Like when I was younger, like I'd get it for the shoe, but as well I kind of like the guy, like I like the player behind it endorsing the shoe. But I mean, I'd still get it just like because it's a good shoe, right? Like what they could do, Nike could just rebrand this. You put like someone else's name on it, just like rebrand it. Boom, there you go, new Nike shoe.
Because they have wasted their time with this project, so they should do what you just suggested.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, I know Kyrie likes to add a lot of little details in about himself and his shoes.
True.
Kind of like the 4s.
They've already made these. These already been mass produced.
Yeah, I mean the 4s had like the teeth and then like even his logo and like a lot of it is like, one of the colorways it was like his sister's like an artist and it's like. They all date back to different stories of his life, and I think like that's why I loved his shoes. His shoes were like a story, and I thought like, and that's why they're kind of unique to him. But I mean, when you have something like this, like chill with like colorways like that, I mean, you could probably just like rebrand it and like say it's someone else's.
You can almost argue that Nike's being selfish and wasting material from the earth.
Yeah, who knows, bro? I wonder what they'll do with these. If they'll just keep them in the vault, if they'll give them out to the homeless, who knows? But yeah,
that'd be kind of cool. All right,
that'd be sick.
Last
Yo, you guys want these anti-Semitic guys basketball shoes? Don't worry, he was pretty good before.
I mean, homeless people aren't gonna care. Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
We're gonna be robbing homeless people.
Bro.
Kyrie, guys, he's in even released. These are crazy.
That's a good point. It might happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so last cover drop, then we're done.
All right.
So a closer look at the details. Nikes. You've seen these probably.
Yeah.
Quite big on the internet right now. The Nike CR7 2022 Signature Superfly Mercurial. Cop or drop?
I'd say cop. To be honest, like Superflies are pretty sick. I had this Superfly. I think it was like the 6 or 7, like the Portugal themed ones. I had like the turf variation of those for like season. And they're pretty good. Like Superflies are nice, and they're pretty comfortable too. So I'd say cop on those. So yeah, that's my thoughts.
I'm saying drop just because the color's alright. Like I don't find it bad or anything, but I don't like the big sock. It's like too big.
Yeah, I know.
I just don't find that.
If you don't like that sock, so like the Predator. Yeah, you can get like the low cut variation, and you can also you can get the no. Sock.
Yeah, so maybe I would drop if there's like no sock. I mean, I would cop if there's no sock. Drop if it's like a big sock like that.
Yeah. All right.
You're agreeing with that?
No, I'm copying it.
No matter what.
Sean's copying.
All right.
Okay, so the cool detail is those like designs are.
Oh yeah.
Traditional Portuguese like.
Yeah.
Like
tradition. Yeah. So you'd cop no matter sock, big, whatever, small. You'd cop it, whatever.
It's just unique. That's why.
Yeah. And you'd cop like sock or no sock. Either way,
no,
okay.
I rock the sock, brother. The sock, low
Would you drop if it wasn't the sock?
Okay, this is kind of a debate. I don't know if we have time to get in this, but like the sock or no sock debate has been like an issue in soccer for a while. I mean, a lot of people I mean, like, Colin, you don't like rocking the sock. Me and
Well,
Cheyenne, pro
my
socks,
futures have that small little
Mm.
sock, but that's like nothing. I don't feel it like,
Right? Yeah.
so I don't care. It's
It's really good because
I'm
the
rocking
turf,
no
those
sock
little
right now.
rocks won't even go into your foot. And
the
like,
pellets.
yeah, the pellets, like, that's
Yeah.
the problem I had with my old shoes.
The thing is, the sock, if you have, like, the sock, I have Predators, like, I was banging the thing. If you have, like the socks that are super long, so hard to get on. Like, I swear, my
That's
turf
true.
boots had a sock. It took me, like, probably, like, I had to, like, jam my foot and then put your fingers, like, behind your heel and just, like, put it in.
Start hopping.
It's tough, bro. Like, yeah, you gotta get the hop going. You gotta get, like, the shoehorn, bro, if you have a shoehorn, but
Yeah, that
it's
helps.
tough if you have, like, the sock.
But
and-
also, if you have a shoehorn and you put it in the sock, there's no hard material for it to go
yeah,
up
so
against.
it
It's
goes,
just gonna
yeah,
come
and
out.
then it, like,
Shoehorn
starts
wouldn't work.
teetering and
No.
it, like,
I've tried.
yeah, you gotta, like, pull the front and then put the shoehorn in and then
no
kinda, like,
sock for me.
jam your foot in. I don't know.
I actually mastered how to put them on now.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll get used to it. Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah.
it could take you a while. I don't know.
All right.
So this has been episode 128 of the podcast, boys, and thank you very much for watching. Check out our links in the description to see more of us, and we will see you in the next episode next week.